Dr. Richard Okoye. I am so excited for this conversation. I want to know exactly how we're going to spell this out. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, my pleasure to have you, Annie, and you having me also because it has become a teamwork.
Yes.
Right, today is a very another day that we have to, as a matter of fact, save the fate of our youths.
Okay.
I never had any time as such as
As
this
this.
where I receive a lot of calls both to the youth asking me question is that how do I be in position to ejaculate 21 times in a month? Okay, and some that have gone into the race, the rat race as it were, of masturbation. Some are also been asking, if my wife can't, what do we do? And all of that. Please, today is gonna be a day you will live to remember. And I want to ask you, have you heard a scenario where they say for you to prevent prostate cancer, you need to have at least, you need to be in position to have at least ejaculation for 21 times. It's all over the media, it's all over the podcast, it's all over all platforms. People are already on it. As a matter of fact, people are bringing the topic, secondary topics on
From that
how that
particular
should
conversation.
be established. Okay, and as a woman, of course, you are concerned that breast cancer may be has been a thing of people
Of
talking
worry.
about, and there's a prescription for you, and that prescription said it doesn't matter when you start. Once as a young girl, press down the issue of more sex. The more sex you have, the more you will be in position
To prevent breast
to
cancer.
prevent breast cancer. And so concerning is that most of our men, let me use the word, some of our men have a problem of weak erection. Some also with premature ejaculation. And on the basis of that, there is a strong recommendation that says if you wake up in the morning and you do not have a full erection, it's an indication you have a heart problem.
Cardiac issues.
The cardiac issue, you already have a heart problem. Once you discover you can't achieve full erection as you wake up in the morning, and so much over there. Friend, this is the opportunity we have this day to be in position to address those issues one by one based on studies. I never say what you're hearing me saying right now. No. A colleague of ours, a medical doctor, as a matter of fact, based in United States, actually put up that narrative. And Nigerians, and of course, it's not only Nigeria, internet is all the world, has been running crazy on the basis of this. How true is, and how will you be able to achieve your 21 days? These are many more you're gonna get here. Inform your friends, tag everyone you know right there, right now. Call their attention, please. Let's discuss it together. All your sexual questions related to prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancers, and all of that, that will be dealt with this very day. And I want to say, Annie, it's a great opportunity, to have you and also to have me here.
In healthy shape,
And we are very much optimistic. A lot of things will be put right.
I agree. I agree. I mean, because for me, a lot of people actually heard this and just consumed that information and just kept it to themselves. So it's good that we have another opinion from a doctor concerning this. So for so many of us, I'm sure we already know what the trending stories are. But if not, I wanted to hear it right from the horse's mouth, especially when he spoke about ejaculation 21 times.
Right.
All right.
So the study is abundantly clear that a man in healthy shape should be able to have sexual interaction 21 times a month.
21 times
a month to avoid prostate issues, prostate cancer, or cardiovascular issues.
81 ejaculations in a month for him to avoid prostate issues, prostate cancer, and cardiac issues.
Right.
What studies, sir?
Yeah, the interesting thing I want to put across to each and every one of us here is that there is a serious problem in the society right now. And what is the serious problem regarding this 21 times of ejaculation is because it's coming from a person with professional credibility. You get that?
Yeah.
If it were a Nollywood star, a musician, or a politician, whosoever that is off the course of being a medical doctor, and stated this in a way that it has been carried in our national televisions, and discussion appear to be very interesting, appear to have been, because you always say, according to research.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yes. So, even with the heavy research. So, if you look at that, you find that that's why even, Morayon and the code that actually hosted him in TVC News, he discovered that even when it is a concern, they can't even be able to defend whatever they look at it in the other direction. So I want to say at this very point in time, it's a serious issue. As a matter of fact, a national issue that must have to be addressed professionally.
Okay.
All right? So he actually pointed out as a doctor, which were made people to start believing, start practicing, start doing all kinds of explore, advocating it as well. Now, when you are talking about research, let's just go into that. Because if at this very point in time, if I say, and which I will prove here also, that very message will kill a lot of men.
How?
Oh, yes. It will kill a lot of men. In fact, watch out from maybe from next year. Let's give us that people will start doing small practice. When they sustain the practice. A lot of men will die. Now, I have also said this kind of stuff. I'm a medical doctor. Many will believe me. But the issue is, if I'm saying this, and himself is saying the other side, and we are all doctors, where do we get, and who do we believe? Do you understand that kind of a thing? Because when you are talking about research has a lot to do with, it's an epidemiological data analysis concerning a particular subject in a particular location, depending on the scope you want to put across. You look at the issue that has to do with the demography, which are the kind of people you are referring to, where they are assessed, what kind of culture, what is their believing system, even the subject of personal interest in the course of what you also calling a research could also be put in place. So that's why every research, most of them call hypothesis, before it could be able to establish
it.
Over the one of the two things. Okay. Now, looking at both of us on the two sides of the divide, he discovered that the only person or the only organization before medical doctors that should be able to tell you this is right or wrong is World Health Organization. We all fetch our data from that particular stream because they've done a lot of stuff and put a lot of things together. So let's look at it on the issue of, if you don't have 21 times ejaculation, you are prone to have a prostate cancer. Okay? And then we go to World Health Organization data for all doctors, also open for the public, but most of us, even when we read it, will not understand. Now, World Health Organization made analysis of different countries in the world, their disease conditions, what they suffer most, how they're doing and all that. And let us take a kind of a case study of Japan. All right? Japan has 124 million people, that population.
Population-wise.
All right. In this 124, as a matter of fact, they are almost they have the highest life expectancy of 84.5 average. All right. Now, 84.5 years in Japan today, they have about 93,000 citizens above 100 years old. You get that? Over 93,000 above 100 years old. As a matter of fact, 31.7% of the
Japanese
population is they are above 65.
Wow.
Do you understand?
High numbers.
They have a very, they roll out hundreds. The people going into 100 years, every year they roll them out. Okay. Yeah. So, having been able to see that very pillar, what is the sex life of an average Japanese? In Japan, polygamy is not practiced. It's abolished almost in the 19th century. So, they do not have multiple sex partners. Okay? Statistics from the World Health Organization I'm talking about, not about Dr. Abbas or Dr. Richard Okoye speaking. 15% of Japanese population are living alone.
15%.
15% of Japanese in the
That's
current
Japanese adults
living alone. All right. Now, if you look at that, as a matter of fact, in the recent time, they now brought out a law that will allow them to stay more out to see if they will be able to make babies. Because because as it stands right now, in 2050, it's estimated that their population will drop because they're not meeting up the population index growth index required. So they even allow them, okay, can you please come back to see if you people will be able to mingle and have more children. Now, let's look at it. Having established, when they talk about longevity, because longevity is an index that somebody live healthy. Okay? Now, let's take it to the issue that has to do with diseases. What are the top things that kill
the
average Japanese? Go to World Health Organization statistics as I'm talking about this so that it will not be Dr. Richard Okoye is quoting. If you look at the top 10 causes of death in Japan, prostate cancer is not one of them.
In the top 10.
In the top 10. It has been proven that their quality of life has been based on genetics, based on their weight, and based on their kind of diet. Do you understand me? That enable them have such longevity as an outcome. Yeah. Do you get that? So when it has to do with the issue of prostate cancer as a result of how much sex you have, it has no proof of any kind right there in Japan. And they have the highest life expectancy index currently in the world. Now, let's go again, because now we look at the issue of people that are don't. Yeah. Let's also look at Eswatini. Eswatini happened to be the former Swaziland change in 2018. Okay? In Eswatini, it's actually described that it's like a free sex country. All right? Free sex country in the sense that even as a virgin, before you prove that you're a virgin, you come out and dance naked before the king. Okay. All right? And from there, you got a license to yes, free. So when you are talking about 21 times ejaculation, there are people that are practice free sex.
I'm having more than that.
Do you understand what I mean? So now let's look at the health situation of Eswatinians as it stands today. Okay. The prostate cancer is the highest or the the commonest cancer in Eswatini among men.
The commonest cancer.
The commonest cancer in Eswatini today is prostate cancer. Go and take it. 30% of the cases you have prostate cancer. Do you understand what I mean? So we are talking about the people that you talk about sexual liberty. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's Eswatini. Eswatini today also has the highest HIV prevalence. 25.9 is the highest in the whole world. Do you get that?
Yeah.
Is the highest in the whole world. And that is exactly what somebody is advocating by reason of personal interest or issue of on the basis of legitimizing. If it's we all have weaknesses, but legitimizing our weaknesses, taking advantage of our professional privilege is a crime as a matter of fact. You can't use it over the ignorant and people that should be in position to
know better,
to believe in you and also be in position to say. So having been able to establish this, now I'm not talking, friend, this is not Dr. Okoye, this is not Dr. Abbas, that you may have been in position to say, hey, somebody like this said this. You know, a white man made a statement and say, if you want to hide anything from a black man, hide it in the pages of book, because an average black man doesn't read. All right? Yeah. So, on that particular accord, we will be in position to look it into all of even the Urology Association,
yes,
they've come up with a publication because this is tearing the country apart. All right? So, we're going to have, when you wake up in the morning and you do not have erection, that is an indication that you have a heart problem, or you have a prostate enlargement, that also connotes that you have a prostate cancer.
Which is what I want to ask. Does it mean that if you have prostate enlargements, that it will end up in prostate cancer? Because that is his position too.
Yeah, so you just have to be in position to ejaculate 21 times, all right? And all the recommendations on how you will go about that ejaculation, we're going to get it here done. Right. So now, if you look at this study, in fact, I think...
Is it the position of the...
Yes.
Urologist?
Yes, I will be in position to say, please, okay, let's get this. Because, you see, there are certain statements that could be made. You can kill people without knowing. We have today a lot of our men with prostate enlargement, which is common from the age of 50. Friend, hear this. If you have prostate enlargement, your dad have prostate enlargement, your loved one have prostate enlargement, he never could know they will have cancer. Not written in any book. No, it's not. All of the studies that have been made across board in line with World Health Organization criteria when it has to do with that, it has proven that men with prostate enlargement and those without prostate enlargement, the prevalence of prostate cancer is common on both sides. Right. And as a matter of fact, why was it called benign prostatic hypertrophy? Benign means non-cancerous. Did you get what I mean? Benign means non-cancerous. So it is not that somebody has a prostate enlargement, could know that that very person, he has a prostate cancer. No! And I'm putting it across to Dr. Rashid. No! It's destructive. It can be emotionally damaging.
It can be.
Do you understand what I mean? Our people that with prostate enlargement that can be dealt with and they live their life is not living in the fear
that they've got cancer.
They've got cancer or have potential of having cancer. That is not in any book. If you have this thing, you can. If you have, let's get the opinion of
the Association of Urological Surgeons.
Yeah.
All right.
1 minute, because these are very critical for us to be in position to address This day, please tag your friends, inform all your people, tune into 88.9 FM right away.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, you have it.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. So, Association of.
Please listen to the position of urologists. They are the surgeon and they are the specialists when it has to do with the issue of prostate enlargement, the effect of your surgical performance when it has to do with all that and all that. Let's look at the position statement of on the risk of prostate cancer and frequency of ejaculation. Can you read it quickly?
Yes, please. The Association of Urological Surgeons, Nigeria, has observed with concern the recent and continued dissemination of information on social media platforms and even the mainstream media in Nigeria regarding the relationship between sex, frequent ejaculation, and the risk of prostate cancer. There is a need as professionals in the field to make a statement in that regard in order to avoid the perpetuation of often misleading and inaccurate statements or conclusions. We therefore wish to state that while there are studies suggesting a potential association between frequent ejaculation and reduced prostate cancer risk, the evidence is not yet conclusive, and more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between the two. For now, caution is advised in the interpretation of the available evidence, and this should not be seen as a firmly established remedy to prevent prostate cancer. To date, there is no firmly established means of prostate cancer prevention. Thus, prostate cancer screening for early detection remains the standard approach. We hope this gives some clarification on the issue. This was signed by the NAUS President and the Secretary General.
Interesting. This is, it's a national issue.
Yeah, it is a national
Because if it is not addressed, it's a disaster. And we prove today why you see that most young men will be useless by reason of this. Oh yes, most men will die. It's not about what will happen to marriages and all that. This is exactly, when I talk about somebody say I made a research. If you go to San Francisco today to carry out a research on gender,
Yes.
you will realize that we are not talking about male and female again. You will realize you have male, you have female, and you have other things. Because it has become a woman madness, as it were, that you can answer whatever you want to answer. You can walk into a female restroom and tell them that I'm not a man, with a manhood fully functional. God.
It's your gender. It's not your sex.
Hey, goodness me. If we don't that is as a matter of fact, it is the madness Americans voted out. Donald Trump became president of America today on the level of this madness. Do you get what I mean? And that is what is now being imported into a poverty-stricken country to make life so miserable. We're going to have a lot of this other stuff fully addressed, and we'll be in position to take it up from there.
All right, then. So, when he did mention, I just want us to clarify completely here. When he mentioned the link between prostate enlargement leading to cancer, no studies are there proving that.
Not anyway. And I said the study is relative. I
Study
say if you
relative.
go to San Francisco after you finish, it will tell you that all men are now, that in fact it's a Sodom and Gomorrah, that the whole world is Sodom. You don't globalize what a study that is made within. Can we think about it? If you are making a study that prevention of prostate cancer has to be with 21 times ejaculation per month, how long did you make that this thing? You don't have to call me on phone. I say I don't today na my own 15th.
You don't get to 17.
How did you get the statistics? And then how did you be in position? For how long did you study? Because if you are to establish that I'm gonna be a young man, having been able to be on the 21 and the prostate cancer and all that start from the age of 50 and above.
So
you may not even be in your lifetime to be able to see the people that will survive.
Your research.
Research.
And what if some of them die along the way?
Oh yes, that's just
For
the
other natural causes.
Oh yes, so it's a thing of concern. Do you understand me? So that's why when we even get to the issue of weak erection, premature ejaculation, the issue that has to do with all these things associated with heart, that's where you will see why men die quick.
But I want to say this. It seems as if his position seems to just, protect the men, and he hasn't said much concerning women. But he did. He mentioned that for breast cancer, what women need to do is to have more sex. Please just give me a moment to have that. Let's have him say that particularly. Make a woman have less breast cancer.
What would make a woman have less breast cancer?
Fantastic. More sex. Hear me again. More sex. Sexually active young girls. Their risk of breast cancer is almost zero. What you and I should be paying attention to is, when is my daughter starting her menses? If she starts her menses before the age of 12, you are carrying 30% risk of breast cancer, whether you are there or not.
With all due respect, I begin to wonder, there could be more to this, to our society. If you see beyond the veil. As a matter of fact, Jesus came to one occasion when Peter was doing something. He said to get thee behind me, Satan. To Peter. He said, get thee behind me. So he knows there is a voice behind
the action.
So most times we don't judge people. We just say, what is the motive? What is behind the scene? Because in fact, when he finished and was just referring it that if we are living even making an attempt to live right, is hypocritical. Do you understand? So it becomes a thing of absolute concern. Now, what is advocating that a young girl getting up there, once he sees period, fire down the go, frequent sex, have more sex in order for you to prevent breast cancer. Which study has actually proven it. But because the people he used to talk to, or he talks to, they are not doctors, okay? And even when they want to react, with what professional background would they be able to
react?
Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So now is study has shown. Let me prove cancers first. Yeah. Study has shown that a young girl that starts early exposure carry the risk of cervical cancer. So he is trying to say, go about this, get more cancers. Do you get what I mean? So, unfortunately, if you look at the study of, cancer is the cause of cancer or breast cancer is not known. All right. Nevertheless, there are predisposing factors. And the predisposing factors center from primarily genetics, running from your family. There are a lot of other issue of different health related in terms of obesity, in terms of the issue of radiations and all those sorts of one or two things. The other thing, if you look at major causes, it goes in that very line. Those that may have acquired those defected DNAs and all the rest, they are the people that are most likely. That's why it seems as if it runs in families in most of the cases. Do you understand me? Or those that are abusing of all those hormonal drugs taking over a period of time, they may have been in position today. But apart from that, every other study is pockets of. So telling a young girl, go about the issue of more sex. Of course, young people with juvenile delinquencies, we get a lot of issues, of course. The issue of abortions will rise. The issue that has to do with tubal blockage, which we make the most and they marry. If there's no money, no IVF will be done. Crisis already there. A lot of marriages are now already tearing apart because there is no money to do IVF, or the man does not understand, or the man does not say, I don't want to carry that kind of burden or that kind of a thing. And we are now pushing.
More girls.
More girls, go there, go crash, go there, go get cervical cancer, go there, go and be in position to do. What madness! What kind of madness? Where from the pit? Because if I see pit of hell, one can admit at this point in time that beyond the veil,
It's a pit of hell.
hey, something that is pushing this narrative and giving a visibility to it across all boards of media. Across all boards. In fact, his discussion as of now, they are also re-inviting him again to come and expand it that many people are enjoying. Hey, friend, you will see the grave that has already been dug for our men. And by the grace of God today, it will be that my eye don't clear. At least I have the knowledge and I can decide on what to do, because he made a number of recommendations that has to do with the issue of our men having heart problem, and on the basis of heart problem, most likely those men may not return. A lot of men will not only join their fathers, maybe join their ancestors.
It's a shame indeed. But I mean, at this point, I want to take a quick break. When we do return, we'll continue.
Please let me get water.
We'll continue with a
Or
video
tea.
of this to stay with us. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Keep your dial right here on Civil Line 89 FM.
Wow, thank you for calling me. Hello, good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Honorable. How are you doing?
I'm okay, dear.
I'm just seeing your blood pressure on our system, and it's slightly elevated.
No, immediately.
The device is ready for use. You may start measuring. Systolic 151 millimeters of mercury. Diastolic 107 millimeters of mercury. Heart rate 66 beats per minute. According to the World Health Organization guidelines, your blood pressure, medium hypertension.
Wow, thank you for calling me. Hello, good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Honorable. How are you doing?
I'm okay, dear.
I'm just seeing your blood pressure on our system, and it's slightly elevated.
Ah, you are seeing it now, immediately.
Yes, I am.
I just finished measuring it. I got up, I had my breakfast and said, let me look at my system and see how my vitals are doing. And you have seen it?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Have you been taking your drugs?
No, I've not taken. I'm yet to take it. I've not taken some.
Please take it and then keep us updated.
Okay, I will do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doc. Wow, this is a wonderful war. This generation is lucky. It appears that the daughter is living with us anywhere we are going. The daughter knows what is happening. This is awesome. Thank God I'm alive to witness this. Anywhere you are, you can measure your BP. There's no cause for alarm again. I thank Dr. Save a Life for this wonderful innovation. We've not finished taking it. The doctor has received the report. What else again?
Important. Welcome back. It is quite important that we look at the killer of our men, as today is gonna be a bombshell. And that's why I'm saying, please, this is now the beginning of this particular program. Still be in position to call your friends, call your loved ones, call everyone, tag your friends to now come and join, because this is the time to decide the issue that has to do with the effect of a early morning erection vis-a-vis you having a heart problem, or you are having a heart problem and you are thinking about you going about your 21 ejaculations per month effort away. It's gonna be something that everybody should get ready, get prepared. All right, We are seeing that the cause of death in Nigeria has been on this issue of stroke, hypertension, and all those ischemic related problems. And that's why we developed this very device. It's the first of its kind currently in the world, the first BP apparatus that has the capacity where if you take your BP anywhere you are, the BP will be translated real time to your doctor, and your doctor could be there. It could have saved millions of lives. That's what we're expecting to hear in Nigeria, because we have an optimism and we have a vision that from year 2025, Nigeria life expectancy should go up. And someone is bringing in a news, and why we see and say we can't allow this news just to fly anyhow, because more men will die.
Because of this?
Oh yes, many gonna go. You will get to here, because it's a concern on that particular position.
He did say something about full erection, Rick, and I want us to listen to him when he said that.
If you are not waking up with a full erection, you're already having cardiac problem. That's not Dr. Abasi. This has been proven. And we tell them, if you are not waking up with a full erection, you're already having cardiac problem. That's not Dr. Abasi. This has been proven.
This kind of subject, the society is in the mercy of professional. He has said it, and he's a medical doctor. And being a medical doctor, I can't even say otherwise. And regrettably I will use, he has a center in Maryland where he's just into this very physiology and the recommendation, which will also be in position to tell our people. That's why I say we're gonna bring him on board to be able to check out some of this very stuff. We are not fast checking. We are here to protect our society. Do you understand? Yeah. Now, number one is that it is rather the opposite. If you have a heart problem and pursue this 21 days, you will not return.
That is why lots of men will die.
Oh yes, many will die. There is no study. In fact, if you look at the causes of weak erection, all right, if you have the causes of weak erection, he has a lot. A diabetic man, he doesn't need to have a heart problem before he knock up his manhood. There's no two ways about that. A man that may have been in position of some drugs, by reason of taking some drugs, can also get him affected. Some also could have a lot of testosterone related problem. Some will be in position psychologically. And let me put it to you, that you wake up in the morning, you see a full erection. My friend, you have not been challenged at all. You
don't experience Nigeria fully.
When I look at myself, I say, I have a NEPA bill in my office right now, 45 million. That is the NEPA, that is the power bill to pay. All right, with a lot of other issues running about, both the one that belong to me and the one that belong to others, I have to be in position to carry. And when I manage a small sleep, I wake up, you'll be looking whether how strong, goodness me.
To know if you have cardiac issues or not.
To know whether you get the what has the erection got to do with the prevailing situation
in the country.
Let me put it to you very clearly. A man who has not paid the school fees of his children, and there's no hope.
He can't achieve anything.
Oh goodness me! Does he know the thing exists?
He's thinking of where the funds will come from.
He wake up in the morning. He will be thinking, but I should. Oh goodness me! Let them owe you a salary for 3 months. If I know the thing don't go on for the next 4 months. You understand what I mean? Yes. So that has nothing. Psychology has a lot to do, because it is the mindset of a man that has a lot to be in position to get him engaged or not. Do you get that? What I'm talking about? Now, where is the more damaging more destructive. And when people, hey, if you're a man, please listen to me. You know you have a man now that the head done the turn. They say 21, 21, 21. My friend, can we be in position to hear this? Why I say that many men will die in the course of this exercise, friend, when it has to do with ejaculation, hear this. Ejaculation in Latin is called near death. It's referred as near death. Ejaculation in Latin. All right? Why was it called near death? Please, let's look at it professionally. Sympathetic nervous system, all right, is what control the smooth muscles of the body and also control the heart to contract. All right, so your heart beating boom 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 in its natural state is controlled by that very nerve system that is called sympathetic nervous system. All right, nevertheless, when it has to do with ejaculation now is also controlled by the same sympathetic nervous system, regrettably are more dangerous to any man to hear. For any man to hear. The two cannot work the same time. It controls the heart, it controls ejaculation. Now listen to this. The heart stops during ejaculation. The heart stops momentarily, so the man dies momentarily, and that is the reason God did not allow ejaculation, quite unlike what men will say, make the thing be for a lifetime. Just from there,
you just go and be Baba God.
Just like that.
You were just
Once he finish, he say, where I dey? He say, no dey here again.
Angels go say, so now so you go.
So they go make this very short.
Yeah.
That as soon as ejaculation is done, phosphodiesterases is released to return the blood back to the heart, and quickly see the heart rate will increase to be able to compensate
for the places blood was up.
But yes, to compensate at that time he died.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because when the heart stop working, that's it, say the person is dead. So you quickly you see the heart rate will increase, you see the person may sweat, and you see the person get tired. Do you understand? Again, because it will take all the energy. All the energy will go to the heart to enable it to increase its action in order to save the life of that individual. Do you get what I mean? And usually, even the old men of those olden days, they use sex as a tranquilizer. Tranquilizer in the sense that once you are done, the energy that goes off can knock you off. That's why some people will say, if I manage one round, I know they go 2 rounds. I know it becomes a sickness to them. Yeah. It is a natural phenomenon called established to enable the body system
to
recover. But here is the catch. If a man, most of the men that died in during intercourse, you know, most of them don't die in the house. They die.
Where did they die?
Most of them die in the hotel. The reason of dying in the hotel, you know, that is already a paid engagement, and you have to have a turnover to have a return on investment.
Returns on investment.
I understand now. Yes, and for you to have return on the investment,
you have to go for a long time.
Yes, I mean, you have to now think of some of these aphrodisiac drugs. And most of these drugs don't protect the heart. Because if you look at it, phosphodiesterases into inhibitor, it doesn't have that protection. That is to say, stay where you are, let the heart, if you want to pack up, let him pack up. So people with heart-related problem, have hypertensive problem, have issue that has to do with any of arrhythmia. That's why before you start buying those drugs and taking, you need to be able to consult your doctor. Otherwise,
Otilo.
Otherwise, it be from the other side. And the reason why most of them died there, right over there, the woman will be trying to prove to me you're a man. Prove to me you're a man. Prove to me you're a man. Prove to me at least you can make it 21. But then you return to your ancestors and they shoot 21 gun salute. 21.
You didn't get the ejaculation, but you got the cannon shots for 21 times.
21 times, Uje. So it is a crisis. It is something all person in this society should stand against. We will lose our men. As a matter of fact, if you ejaculate that much, you won't have anything to ejaculate. That's why if you have 3 ejaculation, nothing will come out. It will tell you, look, you are rather killing yourself. You are dying without knowing. So you see a lot of young men right now is on the issue of my 21. My 21. We're gonna check out how he also getting his own 21.
Oh yes.
Do you understand what I mean? If somebody is telling you something and you ask him, are you also
participating in that?
Are you participating? He said it is hard. Well, so what are you? So you are a victim of what you are talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is something that is a miserable situation. Each and every one of us should stand this day, pursue your friends, pursue your family member, because it is such a very wonderful thing that I was so shocked. Many people have had this and kept it as a weapon of
for future
mass destruction.
They'll bring it like certificates.
I never meet up at 21.
Doctor said I must get 21.
No, we're gonna see the effect of it, because it also will prompt most young people to go into masturbation. In fact, he even recommended it. Do you understand me? So that's why he was also. He put something that I said, this is beyond.
Just the voice of.
No, it's not. It's far beyond. It's far beyond. And it is coming from a professional voice, which nobody can dispute because they don't have access to that information. You understand me? It's a very huge concern. So, Fred, I'm saying, get everyone informed about this very trend. Get our society sensitized about it. This very program will be in this Dr. Save a Life. If you go to Facebook, Dr. Save a Life. Once you get there, I will allow this very topic to remain in that particular district. Possibly you can tag it to be up there so that more people will be in position. Invite your friends. Tell them to go right there, Dr. Save a Life, and be able to watch that very program over and over again. And yourself, it's a true knowledge and it just won't be delivered. If you don't know, don't create, I know myself. You are dying without knowing. And that's why this very 21 days or 21 ejaculation is already a ticket. Say when they give tickets, my friend, carry go, hell, you carry go to your ancestors, carry go to your fathers, carry go. So you're just sharing the thing. You understand what I mean?
Take your own.
Yeah, take your own and just begin to work they go.
Well, he did mention how you can achieve your 21 if your wife is not being able to wait and give you 21. He made suggestions. Let's listen to the suggestions he made.
So yes, you have a beautiful wife. Do whatever it takes to please that woman so she can give it to you 21 times a month.
Yeah, but that's if she pleases you, because you have to be in the right state of mind, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't quote me to your wife, Dr. Ken. So if she doesn't please you, I advocate to my patients that you can have a side chick. Your side chick will be on contract, but you just know that you need to do your 21 times to avoid prostate cancer.
What you are saying is to optimize.
To optimize.
If you can't get it at home, you should find a way to outsource that
business
and let it be optimized.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you're talking about 21 times.
21
a lot of
times.
people will say it's impossible.
21 days, he says go ahead and have a side chick.
Yeah, it is a thing of concern at this very juncture. All right. Number one is that an assignment. I think there was something also you made that ago because there's a woman that made a call.
A call, yes.
Yeah, less people because that woman made that particular call.
At the moment,
Yes, where he
that.
actually pointed at. So we get more details on that.
All right.
So yes, you have a beautiful wife. Do whatever it takes to please that woman so she can give it to you 21 times a month.
Yeah, but that's if she pleases you because you have to be in the right
Size, yeah.
When you're talking
Say that the doctor is not stating his point from a balanced view. And I want to start by asking if he's married. Is he still married? If he's married, is he still married? Does he have children? Does he think about the implication of what he's discussing now? How does he think that his wife and children are feeling about
somebody's
this?
father?
He is
Thank you,
propagating?
Florence. Thank you, point taken. Somebody's father. We are go ahead.
No. I'm married, and I'm happily married, and my wife and I discussed this. The issue is reality. When you're presenting fact, present fact. I need to get my 21 times. Is a matter of healthy living. Mommy cannot give me 21 times. That's the
so
reality.
you're acknowledging that you have side chicks.
See, I made that open.
Wow.
That is not, look, it's a matter.
Okay, don't be clapping for nonsense. YK, you're 62 years old. Don't be clapping for nonsense.
Let me tell you something.
Honesty.
He has a side chick on contracts. Happily married, he said so. Happily married with kids. So he's not just advocating for something he's not practicing. He's practicing what he
You know why I'm laughing and they laugh for some people?
Why are you laughing?
Thank God I have an accident and emergency unit. Oh goodness me, we can't laugh for evil. Murayo got a little bit and when somebody was clapping
Her hand.
well, I still look, how can you be clapping for nonsense? But in the midst of it, she can't prove the nonsensical aspect of that very discussion. So why am I laughing here? I'm laughing because of transparency. Let me first of all address this. Please listen and listen good. We live in a society where sometimes they say it's a man's word or whatever. And abroad right now it's becoming a woman's word. Be that as it may, if you're a man, it's a very honest observation and an honest recommendation and something you may need to consider. If you're a man and you have come to a point where that whatever you do, your wife is silenced forever, friend, that is not safety. I'm not talking about nagging and all of that, but I'm talking about that no matter how you do, no matter how you live your life, the woman does not have the voice even to say you, my dear, this one you have done, get on well. My friend, it is not safety. If you already gone there, there is a time to retrieve. Because when a woman can be in your house and she does not even have the courage to tell you, you may not have done this thing the right way you're supposed to do it, it means that she's no longer living for you. Yes, some will now be living for their children. The reason why they're there is just because of their children or it's because of some other reason.
But you're out of the equation now.
But you're out of the equation. That is the dangerous position any man can place himself. So when it has to do with the issue of being the lion of the tribe of your house, it doesn't usually play as we put up that calculation. No, not at all. So it's my humble, very, very humble, with all due respect, for some of us that have been able to achieve that very feat, friend, if you stay alone, you will understand that this woman may see certain things you may not see the way you see it. That's why they can see even bad friends faster than we know that this is a bad business. This is not so that particular clause should not be eliminated from the equation. All right. Now, it's an open ticket. If you can get it, yes, you have. In fact, tell her. In fact, when enable me meet my 21 days, I need to get some size because for you to meet up this is just, let's say 21 days, and when you take 21 days times this one, make it times and way because that is very essential. Let's know say what you remain for the man to live.
What are we looking for?
21 times 12 years in a year now.
Okay.
So in a year, the man is on the 252 days. All right?
Of ejaculation.
Of ejaculation, 252 days. The remaining one, he dey sleep.
Come on, 365. If 250 something don't go.
The remaining he sleep. So which one will remain for this man to be of a value to himself? It's not attainable. But let me just address for those of us, because the worst thing that we have, my people say, if rat follow lizard go swim water, go to the swim, when the time to dry comes, do you understand me? As lizard do like this, come on, they go where they go.
Rats go still.
Rat will still be there, struggling and listen. So
to get dry.
You must have to understand that life does not just be because of the way you see people on social media acting. It's not because of what you saw on the social media and all of that. All those things are acted. Now that they're making money available for people to create content. Do you understand what I mean? So people do all manner of things, and somebody that is so stupid, we gotta import it into his or her family and say that is this thing, you are not romantic enough, you are doing this one and that, because of what you see that somebody was paid to act. And that's why most times I said, these people that are acting most of those romance, this thing or this thing for you, have you checked their history? Many of them are divorced 4 or 5 times. So if that this very the romantic dimension of it is a model. Do you understand? But let's look at it from the very clear and my own appeal. My friend, you know your own wife. You know, some people marry the one they call honey, sweetie, baby. You know, it's kind of a thing they do. Do you understand me? But when you know that your wife is Mama Biati, you know, Mama Biati is the type that if you call her baby, he go suspect you. He said this one, then they call.
Why you call me baby? Where you go? Where you go?
He tried to kiss her. The way he let down nonsense. You don't know waka waka.
Mama Biati.
One of them that married that time. One occasion they were sleeping around 2 a.m. He wake him up. Say, I had a dream where I see you, one woman.
She woke her husband up.
The dream he had when he just did this. He said, what are you doing with her? I said, I don't know. The man heard the scatter. He said, what are you accusing? He said, what are you accusing me? Are you accusing me of what? I said, I'm accusing you of what you have done. And the thing that you feel do.
Because I don't see her for dreams. So you feel do.
So the guy no sleep throughout the night. They listen in the way made they break.
So know who you marry before you embark on 21.
The guy say, I'll back on 21 days and all that. If you marry Mama Dorothy, that's the type you will just say, you see, According to Dr. Bass, that I have to have my 21 days, and I'm gonna have to get one before you finish. They don't bandage your head somewhere. Now you gonna ask where I did.
You're in the emergency ward.
Where I did? Who brought me here? That's why I ask you, what last? What do you remember? What last do you remember? He said, only know why they thought 21. 21.
I had to tell my wife about this one.
The rest na history.
I don't remember how I came from here. Or why my head swell up.
Old boy. Not as you think. Not as you think. You know, it is easy. I said earlier, this is what America voted out of their society. This color is what they voted out. And now you are having a society that is already stricken in poverty. A lot of people are still struggling here and there. And you want to also bring emotional crisis into it. We must fight it as a society. The fact remains that everything that has value has some level of restriction. Every nature has border. The only place that don't get border na hell. Broad is the way everybody work out anyhow you like. They know they do anyhow or something that have value. Any country without border, it is hell. And that's exactly what America voted. Hey, it's enough. And our society is today already being stricken by the issue of social media with all kinds. If you check out, I have a factory in China, and if you check out the youth, in fact, if you come to China, hardly you see people walking around the street. Between that 10
hours of work.
Oh, you can't find it. The road will be empty. People, their TikTok, the algorithm of their TikTok is actually designed for innovation. If you see them, they are only being challenged on the different type of innovation. In this side of the world, our algorithm is designed to dancing naked, talking all kind of nonsense and all that, and that one makes the content, and that's what the youth are being fed with right now. The issue of joblessness is multiplying. That the job somebody can tell you now, I'm an influencer, I'm a social media yes, I'm a skit writer, I'm a this one. I don't have anything against it that you are now real and the social media is paying you. What is it? What are you being paid for?
What's the content?
What is the content of what you are dishing out? Because over the time, once it gets saturated, every other one will have crisis in the issue of it's. Whenever it gets saturated, all these things that is happening now is mining data to be able to mine the mind of the people. What is these people up to? What are they? So to design what should be brought into them.
What they will accept.
Yes, to be able to know what eventually will be accepted. Do you get what I mean? So it's an agenda. And that's why you have to be very sensitive, very sensitive in a time like such this. As this. Look at our youths, 21 days, 21 times now, ejaculation. Come on. Hey, I want to talk to every youth hearing me, because some are gone on the, if you know, of course, if you know, get the man recommended, you go on the spirit of ejaculation, pornography, or you get multiple chicks. That's his recommendation. But look at this. Let me tell you. Ejaculation on its own has a number of energy, calorie that it takes away. And that's why after ejaculation, you find that you lose strength, you may have to sleep or just to rest, and it bogs the mind. And what makes a youth? A youth is a man who builds his life during his energy time. And by the time you burn off 21 days of that, you already living a life of misery. And that's why he say a little sleep, a little slumber, mental slumber,
Yeah.
a little folding of your hands to count 21 times ejaculation. He says, so shall your poverty. So we're already looking at the problem of Africa. The youth should be able to, in their prime, be able to find solutions to them. And now somebody recommending more uselessness on them. It's a societal cancer.
Female 21 times.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Uselessness. Yes, uselessness. So it is going to be a societal cancer if this is not nipped on the bud. Apart from the health crisis that is going to happen, because of course there will be a lot of issue of cervical cancers will come on board. There will be a lot of issue of HIVs and all the rest. So the effort of NACA will almost be in the vein. All right, and then you look at the issue that has to do with heart-related people that have heart-related problems will pass away from there, and so many crises. So it is something that has to be done and done as quickly as possible.
Indeed, it's a whole lot that has been spelled out in trying to find balance to this, and I think that is the most important aspect of our conversation this morning. Understanding what truly study says and relying on what is tangible and applying the same in our lives. Before we started, I did pull the numbers for our text message portal, and I asked that you can send your questions as it regards whatever sexual issues or whatever cancer issues. We'll try the best we can to attend to most of it. But we've been also streaming live on Dr. Saver Live on Facebook. I'm sure quite a number of you are already there. You can tag more people to join you on that platform. You can also ask your questions from that platform on Facebook. That is Dr. Saver Live on Facebook. So again, one more time, I'll call out the numbers for text messages. And then, of course, at this point, I'll also be moving into taking some phone calls. For SMSs and WhatsApp, send to 091 6000 8898. That is 091 6000 8898. And then you can call these numbers 081 87 888 889. I'll call that number again, 081 87 888 889, or you dial the second number 091 6000 8890 091 6000 8890. Those two numbers are the numbers for the studio. When you call that, I'll be here to intercept that call, and your text messages are also going to be read via messaging platform. I'll also be taking that. So let me start with some messages here that we have. Don't forget that you can also do that too on Facebook. Dr. Saver Live will be streaming live. I'll be taking some questions from there too. This here says, good morning, doctor. Please, I want to know if frequent masturbation can solve the issue of prostate cancer, or it must be pure sexual intercourse. Secondly, does masturbating often like 21 times?
I do hope this person is with us. That may be a message of earlier before. So I guess you being with us at that early stage, you must have gotten all the answers.
All right, so that is from Prince Anabs. Prince Anabs, like he said, we've already mentioned solutions to that. Good morning, Dr. Richard Okoye. Whilst still talking, I thank God Almighty for us having you. In fact, you're a blessing to our generation. Thank you. You didn't indicate your name, but thank you. I saw that too. Let me take a few text messages here. This here says, good morning, doctor. I know a family friend who was a good diva. Hold on. Who was a good diva during his youthful days and up to his aging age. Currently, he's battling with prostate cancer. In such scenario, what will be the cause? Secondly, what are the age such disease one becomes prone to? And what are the signs, sir, of prostate cancer?
Okay, the issue is that, as earlier pointed out, what he's trying to prove that this is not
Person was a good person when he was young, but now at his age he has prostate cancer.
yeah, this is, it has nothing to do with whether you are good or bad. So the statistics didn't say if you're a good person you will not have prostate cancer. The statistics have not proven that in any way. So, but the issue that has to do with the symptoms, if you are having a prostate enlargement, it usually manifests with, number one, it has to do with the issue of what they call first of all, frequency is the commonest cause of it. The person will have frequent urination.
Okay.
You can have urgency, whereby you want to go and wee. So if you don't, you go very as if it's coming out so fast. Then you have retention, where the flow is no longer the way it's supposed to. Sometimes it may not come out at all. Sometimes it may be that if you go to urinate, after urinating, some will still be retained. Do you understand what I mean? So those ones are the signs. But when you start also seeing the blood
in your urine,
is more suspicious of prostate cancer, while other things that are need to be ruled out will also need to be ruled out. And you look at the PSA. Do you understand me? The PSA aspect of it also, which will tell more how is more of a telltale sign, which you will need to do a biopsy to be able to find out.
So what is PSA?
Prostate specific antigen is a form of test.
Okay. Someone is asking, I had to ask, it says, please, good morning, trust your day is going on well. The thing you said on PSA and breast cancer, is it biblical? So that's why I need to ask, what is PSA?
Okay. Maybe you didn't understand.
Exactly. All right. Then now we have, good morning, please, is it right for a man to have sex without ejaculation?
That is a different ballgame today.
It's different from what we're talking. We're talking about the actual ejaculation. Good morning, Doctor and Annie. I am Nonso from Rupoko. I enjoyed today's exposure on the recent trending medical advice by Dr. Lam. Thank you, sir, for telling us the medical truth. But my question is, why is the social media... okay, thank you. We got your advice. That's not for the conversation we're having here. This says, I'm a man of 55 texting from Rumola. When I was young, I sleep immediately after each ejaculation. Now that I'm older, no matter how long the round would be, after ejaculation now, I will still stay up to 2 hours before sleeping. Is this normal, sir?
It has nothing to do with that. It depends on how the body, if you have some problems still to manage, at the end of the day, your eye will still be open.
Because you're still thinking of those issues.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, it might be. Good morning, my capacity, Dr. Annie. Doctor, you're indeed full of capacity with today's insight. I thought of the 21 ejaculation, and common sense reminded me of the time it takes for a man to recover the sperm he's lost, and in a single ejaculation. 21 ejaculation in a month is like digging your own grave. This is Stanley here sending this. You know when you said a lot of people got that information? Some people heard it and just, okay, this is information. I'll keep it for when I need to use it. Please, how do I solve the problem of weak erection?
Yeah, the issue of weak erection, just like I say, there are a lot of causes of it. It has nothing to do exactly because you have a heart problem. So many people don't have a heart problem that have weak erection. So you need to first of all be properly evaluated. Get to the hospital, get properly evaluated. Let's look at it whether it's metabolic or hormonal or otherwise. Then and then the treatment can be given accordingly.
All right. Please, doctor. Please, my own problem is I don't even come. Even if I do it for 21 days, please, I need help.
It's something you will need to discuss with your doctor at that point.
Good morning, doctor. So what is the solution to not having ejaculation first? Not ejaculation. It was erection. Those are two different things. What is the solution to not having erection first thing in the morning? That is how one can have cure. So that is how can one have cure. I don't understand. But let's just get to how
The
can
issue, as earlier said, it's not something as you grow older that
and
becomes
problems of
some the
life.
problems of life start mixing it up. It's not you wake up, you begin to observe. In fact, the more you observe it, the more the thing will not come again. Because the mind, once the mind is alert, that one goes off. That is the rule of the game. Do you understand what I mean? So we will make I know whether the thing come up. You immediately say make I know, the thing will just come up.
It will change his mind. All right then. Let's quickly take phone calls now. Let me get to the phone lines. The numbers to dial 081 87 888 889 or 091 6000 8890. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my sister and my Dr. Okoye in the studio. My name is Civilian General and I'm calling from LLM.
Okay, good to have you, Civilian General. Go ahead.
Thank you. Doctor, do you know that you are a God sent? Because since I had this 21 days issue, a lot of things have been going through my brain. How do we go about it? And thank God you have come on stage today to clarify the whole issues. If not, in no distant time, you would have been seeing a lot of cases of rape here and there. Because people will be doing all sorts of things in order to meet up these 21 days. But I thank God for you today. You have spoken. I took my time when this advertisement has been made that you talk to us today. I've been alert. Let me hear you and see whether there's a solution to this problem. And truly, you have given us a solution to it. My prayer for you this morning that may the good Lord continue to strengthen you with good health and give you more, because when we hear save lives, and what you have done today, you have saved a lot of lives. And may God continue to bless you. Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate.
Thank you very much, Civilian. I forgot what you said your name was, but thank you for calling in. The numbers to dial to get into this live studio here is 081 87 888 889 or 091 6000 8890. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling. Please, I'm calling from Takot here.
Okay, Collins, go ahead.
I want to know this issue of doctor said that once a girl started seeing her depression at early age, that she should start engaging in sex and all of that. Since Nigeria have it that a girl, like a child, must be up to 18 years for being involved in such acts, who will be doing that with such children? That's the first question. Second,
Hold on that first question. I don't want people to be confused. You most probably not hear the message well. You are representing the opinion of Dr. Abbas, which we have been able just to explain here. Please, can you tell us right now why you're on air? What did I say about it?
What you said about it.
Yes.
That I didn't get it right, but from what I got is what I've just explained.
Yeah, which means you were not part of us then. Let's assume that you listen to it briefly, and then your radio has some network problem. I don't want to say your ear, get some network problem, and then you didn't hear it well. I never made mention of anything that has to do that I said when the person starts. I said when you subject a young girl to that kind of engagement, you subject her to cervical cancer, to the issue of sexually transmitted infection, which can also get into it and block her fallopian tube. She may end up into infertility related problem in future, and of course crisis related to that. The very fellow may, of course, abortion will become a thing of this thing, in the sense that on the course of this, some of those young girls, because they, while trying to hide, they may die in the process of septicemia infection, and a lot of other things that may also be in position to damage their womb will be there. So the issue is that the young man from my colleague that talk whatever he talk, I don't know where that very and the purpose for that was actually initiated. So that's exactly what the topic is here. So let me add to that one you didn't hear.
All right. Well, I hope that solves that for you. Then we get back to another call. Hello, good morning, Physiology 88.9 FM.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your listening device. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sorry about that. I'm John Paul. I'm calling from Eneka.
John Paul from Eneka. Good to have you this one. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I actually called our friend, our daddy, the doctor. I'm trying to react. So we are together, we are highly educated and licensed. So God bless.
All right, John Paul, thank you very much. That's the purpose for which we are here. I'm glad you got enlightened. Hello, good morning. Silver Line 88.9 FM. Hello? Yes, good morning. What's your name? Pardon? Please, could you repeat yourself? Roland, where are you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Roland, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Arango.
Okay, good to have you, Roland. Go ahead.
Yes, I have to thank good solution. And I expect that the solution will be found to us when he is able to point out the ideal time, the ideal number of times that a full-fledged man should be able to ejaculate, stay with his wife in a week or in a month or something like that, so that the solution will be well taken, so that anybody putting him or anybody doing will not catch.
Okay. Let's be able to do, because when you are talking about the issue of advice in that particular subject, one of the things when I want to say something as a doctor now, I will be in position to talk about it based on studies that have been shown to proven this is what it is. So as a professional, I don't have a power of my own. I only state what has been studied and proven over the time, even recommended by World Health Organization themselves. And whenever you want to also address a matter, you address the matter based on the specifics. Just like himself was talking about prostate cancer, and then say by prevention of prostate cancer, you're gonna take you for 21 days. Now we 21 times, and we now said, even when you have to be in position to say the 21 days he quoted, 21 times he quoted, that 21 times, does he, when he was asked, he said, no, I don't. And if you are going to look at it to prevent prostate cancer for as a young boy, as a young man from puberty now moving on, for that study to be established, what it implies is that you have to be in position to study that young man across the length before the prostate cancer is being established. Because prostate cancers and prostate related problems usually start from the age of 50. Alright, so the longevity of time required for this makes it that somebody is actually putting up a narrative for a particular purpose. Okay, and when it has to do with the issue of how many times, friend, if anybody tell you 10 times, there is no study to tell whether not 2, 3, and other. The person who is alive is the person who will tell the story. So if I give a recommendation for you 10 times, a man that has a heart-related problem will die before the 10 will be completed. Do you understand what I mean? So all these things are something you will need to understand. Don't quote me. When it has to do with quoting Dr. Richard Okoye, not Dr. Richard Okoye because he has a kind of influence or has a voice, that does not connote that whatever I say, that's why you see whatever I put, I refer you to World Health Organization chart where those things are there. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So it's not a question of who recommended to you. The person that can say recommend to you 10 today, tomorrow is also wrong.
Alright, so on Facebook we have Emmy Joseph who says, good morning, doctor. Is it advisable to use drugs to help strengthen your performance in bed?
The issue is that it's a medical recommendation where applicable. But to that application, it has to be in position when you must have been thoroughly reviewed by your doctor, and that decision become a thing of support where applicable. Many people never come out of it. Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate.
Okay, let's get back to the phone line. If you're there. Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Thank you. Calling from Ugochi. Yeah, what I want to confirm about this prostate cancer is that is it the age of 60 somebody will be straight, but how can somebody control it? When you notice it, how can somebody be controlling it?
What do you want to control?
The prostate cancer.
I don't think prostate cancer is you control it.
No, the issue there has to do with prostate cancer. The study on it is limited because the cause of the cancer is has not been fully established. Do you understand me? Every other thing it has to do with the issue of considering certain level of predispositions. Now we look at the very Japan we use as our template. You find that the Japanese don't have prostate cancers even when they live longer than most of the distance. So the issue of their dieting, their weight management and all that is also being understudied. What exactly makes them not to be in position to be suffering the same and a lot of other things. So there's no, just like the Urology Association actually put out there. There is no clear this thing on that particular subject right now.
All right. I hope that solves your question around 081-878-888-90. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, this is Physiology 8.9 FM. What's your name?
Morning, my name is Apostle.
Apostle, I'm great to have you on this.
Yes, I want to ask Doctor a question. It's about erection. Like in the morning, I don't have erection anymore. What could be the cause?
Yeah, because you are waiting for it. If you sign for it, it will not come. And it is not something you observe. It's not something you wait to see. It is something that occasionally on its own as an evolution. But whenever you say, let me know whether I'm having an erection, once that consciousness comes, that one flattens. You don't need to control it. It's not. It doesn't need to see you. Just like
you need to see it.
Yes.
He needs to see you. You don't need to see it. But I think, like you said earlier on, as a man continues to age with problems of life, if you used to see it 4 times a week before and you're seeing it twice, you should be happy. And again, you've also said here now that if you don't see it in the morning as you wake up to that erection, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
So don't be worried about it if you're not waking up to a fully erect organ. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, what's your name? Pardon, what's your name?
John Bosco.
Okay, John Bosco, go ahead.
Good morning to Doctor.
Yeah, good morning.
First and foremost, Madam Annie, I want to really thank you. I want to thank the institution. From the Friday trivia, I won 11,000 and I received the money since then. I want to say thank you to Show Life. The money was instant to get it a lot. It only took to 5 minutes. Not up to 5 minutes, I got my God. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, I want to ask the doctor. When it comes to this prostate cancer, is there any lifestyle one or control it to manage it to the towards minimum.
Okay. Let's just answer. John Bosco, let's just answer that part because your line is not too clear. But I think what you asked was, is there any physical lifestyle, anything that we need to do to avoid prostate cancer?
Yeah, that's what I'm actually saying. I don't want to be in position to as it stands today, to be in position to just be in position to tell you as you are eating this food, because that is basically now what the food of 21 days is, what is also 18 or consigned to us. I will be in position just to maintain. Basically, when it has to do with the prostate cancer, sometimes you run in families. Those ones are the things that you can't change. It's something that is also age related. You can't change. But the issue is that from the dieting dimension, which if you look at that Japan we take as a case study, there could be because of a lifestyle modification, which is still being under study based on our people here.
John Bosco, I hope that helps you out there. Good morning. Yes, good morning. What's your name?
This is Daniel. Neka.
Daniel from Neka.
Having with people to another side now. What is the cause of low hypertension, low BP?
Yeah, the low blood pressure is something that is relative. What do you call low blood pressure? I want you to be online to tell the people. Call back and tell us what you measured and call it low blood pressure.
Call back, let's know what to measure because it's relative, right?
Yes.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello? Yes, good morning. Hello, I can hear you. Good morning. Yes, welcome to Save Your Life.
Hello?
Okay, you can't hear me. I can hear you. I'm going to have to let you go. Call back if you can on the number 081 87 888 889 or 091 6000 8890. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, I hear you clearly.
Before Daniel from Neka. What I'm telling you, I measured 68, and the nurse that measured me the BP said that it's too low, it's low. I don't know.
68 over what? Or what over 68? Again, he's gone. Said he measured 68.
Yes, now I don't know whether it's diastolic or systolic I'm talking about. That's why I said get to your doctor. Some of those things they assume I have low BP, I have low BP. There's women that even have a BP of 150, and that is their normal BP as they grow up. So it's not a function of you just saying I have low BP, I have low BP. So it's a relative issue. Get to your doctor and be able to be properly evaluated.
All right, thank you for that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, what's your name?
David Harry from the background.
David Harry, good to have you. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir, doctor.
Welcome.
Doctor, I don't know how long I want to ask God to keep you because I don't know how long you will. Because what you're doing for us, honestly, we don't know how to quantify it and we don't know how to go. I don't know how to, this matter you raise now, for me personally, I took it personally. It was an issue for me because did you know where I had it? From a radio presentation, a regular contemporary radio presentation, and the presenter was hammering on it as if, you must.
Hello.
So, and somebody like me, I see my family, not more than once in 2 weeks because of the kind of work I do. And I'm a person with the fear of God. And it got worse when I had a pastor on social media say the reason he had a side chick or he has a side chick is because he wants to avoid prostate cancer. It has been a thing of this thing. But for me, I knew this was coming from the pit of hell, because iniquity will abound and the love of many will go cold. That is what is happening in the society. Because how do you justify that? How do you justify? Are you promoting? What are you trying to promote? You understand? So, doctor, I want to say thank you so much for the enlightenment. At least for a lot of people that have taken it personal, that have taken it to heart that it is the right way to go, they will begin to have everything. So I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, it's a chain of events, you know. It's so too terrible a chain of events, and the purpose for which this is being pushed is beyond the veil. Is just beyond what we can see. But most important aspect of it here is just to be able to ensure that our people are safe. Our people also be in position to make a right decision, not so much negatively influenced.
Negatively influenced. And you said something earlier, and I said that would be the key reason it spread the way it did. It's coming from somebody who's certified as a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So you'd be like,
if Satan comes, come dress well, wear white. Most of us know this one way they buy wigs. It's not because
you think you're ugly. That's why they bind them. You think go fine. Sit down, please. Tea or coffee. God help us in the days ahead. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, I am going to let you go. I couldn't hear you, so I've let you go. Call back if you can, or send an SMS to 091 6000 Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Martin.
Martin, please move away from your listening device.
Okay, yes, I've moved there.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yes, my own problem is I have an enlarged prostate. Does every enlarged prostate lead to cancer? That is what I want to ask, because they say it's very large, but when I go for this cancer, they took blood and they say, no, I'm very far from it. I have done biopsy once, about 2 years ago, and they are saying that there is no cancer. But I still live in that fear because they say it's in life that one day it will get to cancer. That is just my problem.
Okay, interesting. It's also something that you would have died before your time if you have heard him that says that once you have a prostate enlargement, you're also having a cancer. And if you have listened to us earlier, you will get to understand clearly. Even the Urology Association of Nigeria also come up to be able to make a clearer position on that. And the fact remains that all studies all over the world have shown that prostate cancer is different from prostate enlargement. In fact, it's called benign prostatic hypertrophy. That's benign means that non-cancerous. And a study also shown between the two parties that the rate of prevalence or the prevalence of prostate cancer in people with a large prostate and those that don't have a large prostate, the prevalence is the same. Nevertheless, if you're having prostate enlargement and it's disturbing you or producing symptoms, you can treat it. You can do a laser prostatectomy without cutting the body open. You can still be able to live your life normal. So there is no indication. And another thing is that I don't know who asked you to do biopsy when even your PSA is not even increased, and just because you have prostate enlargement. It's not true. I don't understand how the biopsy subject, or because biopsy is not recommended because you have prostate enlargement.
Going for biopsy once and there is no cancer.
There's no, maybe not have told us all the detail. What is your PSA level like? What is your PSA level? What is it?
Hello? What is your PSA level? Okay, he says he doesn't have the PSA level of health. But
Yeah, so yeah, maybe if there's elevated PSA level, that may be an indication for them to ask him to do a biopsy. Otherwise, there's no reason for somebody who is a large prostate to say go and do it's not a routine investigation.
All right, then. Good morning. A man remaining a virgin until 40 years for life or for life, please, is it safe?
Yes, apparently nothing. Apparently and absolutely nothing. If I said all those, our reverend fathers would have all died of prostate cancer. Okay, and if you see a lot of history, a lot of people that are more these knobs, what do you call it? Monks and all those kind of stuff. Well, many of them live and died in their lives like that. So.
Good morning, doctor. I don't have morning erection for years now, and I find it difficult to have another erection after the first round. Could this be considered a problem? My name is Emeka.
So you say having erection. The only thing you search for the thing and the thing they run.
Yeah, you don't need to see. I mean, need to see you.
Once you search for them, you don't go. You don't go see me. In fact, before you wake up, say you go search and you go just.
Let me just go away. But it's not considered a problem, Emeka.
Yes, absolutely.
Good morning, doctor. You are indeed a lifesaver. Your program today is the best Christmas gift I have received. God bless you. True, plenty people hold that information for. They hold that like tickets. Good morning, Dr. Annie. Please, when there is blood in semen, what does it indicate? Is it a threat? Thank you and for educating us.
Yes, apparently, because there's a small blood vessels actually in the course of maybe rigorous exercise and a burst. You may just see, but it's still something that needs to be properly evaluated.
Okay. Let me take this few here before we get back to the phone lines. Good morning, Dr. Richard and Mrs. Annie. I so much enjoyed today's topic. Thank you so much, Doctor. Please, I'd like to explain more. I'd like you to explain more on how prostate comes about. I know that every man has prostate glands in him. How does it now generate to prostate enlargement or to prostate cancer? Does frequent sex in any way have positive effect on men as to prevent that cancer at the long run? Martha from Urebe.
Martha is just joining us. This is a subject we have actually dealt with today. I think this very topic, this very listen will be repeated again tomorrow by
4 p.m.
4:30 p.m. So by 4:30 p.m. you can just tune into this very station now and be able to listen to this in full. And also on our social media platform, Dr. Save a Life, Dr. Save a Life. You go to YouTube, you go to Facebook, you can also go to YouTube. You will see this same subject being also, it will remain there for you to be able to sit down, listen to it. Okay? And then when you are able to get those kind of stuff, it will go a very, very long way to stabilize you in the society we are about to meet right now. It's going to be a very, very challenging time, actually.
Good morning, Semi, Dr. Annie. Semi, me. And the greatest doctor in the world. Greetings, Dr. Richard. Please, how many times should a man above 40 years ejaculate in a month?
Same thing we have already answered.
Please.
You must have listened to the answer. No, you sent this in before the question came.
I think so. We've tried as very much as possible to say there's no recommendations from Dr. Richard Okoye on that. There's only ways where if you think you have issues, please speak personally to your doctor.
Besides, there's no time that has actually been, because for such study to be shown, there must be reason objective for that person. I know how long you are going to be in position to do the research to be able to get achieve the real objective for the research.
Justice C. Walking from Facebook says, good morning, Dr. and Annie. Common sense is sometimes very expensive to some people. When I was growing up, I was told it takes 21 days to recover from just one ejaculation. So where did this doctor get this information from? I pity who know they listen to Save a Life FM every Saturday morning. Dr. and Annie, God will continue to bless and strengthen you. Ifeanyi Chukwu.
That is own also is not proven.
Like it takes you 21 days to recover. This 21 days just wants to appear somewhere. Ifeanyi Chukwu Osamo says, are there antibiotics that could trigger prostate enlargement temporarily?
No, sir. No, ma.
Chembal Prof says, I bless the womb that gave birth to Dr. Okoye. You have demystified the wrong conception, sex, and prostate cancer. You have indeed freed us young men from the shackles of lack of knowledge. May God bless you real good. They freed them from the shackles. Well, thank God you are listening into the show today. I'm hoping that you're also going to share that information to as many people as possible. Ask them to listen to this program. There's going to be a full repeat of it tomorrow by 4:30 p.m. Also, if you go on to Dr. Saver Live Facebook, you'll find that this particular live broadcast is on that page. It's going to remain there for as many people to continue to access. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, what's your name?
Emmanuel is my name.
Emmanuel, please, where are you calling from?
From GRA.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yes, please. I wanted to ask, I know I didn't join the program on time. I didn't hear any, but I wanted to ask, if somebody has a sex and after having the sex, you are having this pain in your heart, other prostate, you're having pain in your heart, what is the cause of it?
Friend, it's a very serious concern. That is a B. I'm not saying there are a lot of other factors. It takes to heart attack. Because what it means is that for you to be having such pain, maybe the flow of the blood around that region may have been compromised. So to be on the safe side, you go and do your ECG and do some form of cardiac evaluation. If your heart is okay, other things can now be looked into because that is the one that killed. And the reason some men die on top during sexual intercourse.
Okay, I hope that's what you have, all right?
I said, what about, let me put it there, even if it is in anywhere you are, and at any particular point in time, you discover that you, during this sexual intercourse, you start having this kind of unusual chest pain or some kind of weakness, but there, even if any level you dey stop. Okay. Don't say,
I want to finish.
No, let me just finish. You will finish on the other side of the divide.
Just pause where you are.
Don't say after all something must kill a man. True, he will kill you.
Pause right
so
there.
Stop. And madam, if you see the man be in position to have such an experience, tell my dear, hold on, make with the tomorrow day.
We'll continue.
I don't like the way they breathe. I don't like the way
today's Sunday has finished. Okay, all right. I hope that also sorts their question out. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. What's your name? Good to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
For something, one thing, please, I'm begging. Anyhow I can manage, please, to make sure that this radio station reaching the state. Please, we are sending message, but not all can reach everybody. Please, anyhow I can reach, you tell us, let us know. At least put the station in the state. You save life with your please. What I learned from this program about my father, which is an old age, he helps me a lot to take care of him. So please help. Whatever they can take it. To make sure the station has branch in the state. Please, you can put the food, that's the account number on the line, you contribute.
Okay, how much are you contributing? Make you contribute, so if you give 50,000.
Maybe they put now. PlayStation they go.
Radio station max is almost 40 million now.
I think that's why we have the app, right?
Yes,
so you can download the app.
Yes, you can also download the app.
Listen to us wherever you are. Anywhere you are. Search Saver Live Radio on Google Play Store. download it and then you can listen. Until as when God wills, we're able to expand terrestrially into those places.
No, but it's something. That's why technology is gonna make a lot of stuff. Just like through the app, you could be in position to listen. There are some other things we're also coming up with. That my own clinic app will later become an application where even once you have it, even the data for you to listen to all those things, you don't need the data to listen to it. So it will soon come your way. Watch out what's gonna happen in 2025.
Oh, 25 is our PDPC year. Good morning, my name is Frank from Edenka. Please, what can I do? I don't stay on top up to 5 minutes.
That's a different ball game. Quick ejaculation. Yeah, that's different ball game. And also, I think there's drug for the treatment of that one now. So.
All right. Let me take a few more phone calls. I think 1 or 2, and then we wrap up on today's show. So the numbers to dial 08187888889. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Anthony, good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name?
Doctor, good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm calling from Woji here.
From Woji, good to have you. Please go ahead.
Yes. Please, doctor, I want to beg you for one thing, please. I know it may be difficult. Please, it's regarding the deep dream machine. I want to beg you, how can we pay instrumentally? I would like to pay like 3 times. Maybe like 20,000 each month from January to March. I don't know how you do it for me because I need that machine, please, sir.
Yeah, it's not an issue. About that very time you'll be in position to reach, because people have already made advance payments, and even the next consignment they are all waiting for it. So, but no problem. We'll look at it together.
Let me take another call. 08. I'm reading something here that's making me laugh. 080 87 888 889. Hello, good morning. Yes, please. Good morning.
This is Onyeka calling from Rumudara.
Onyeka, good to have you. Go ahead.
Alright, please. I sent a message earlier. I think the message was not well passed. Let me rephrase that message again. I was trying to use the word diver, not giver. So what I mean diver is like someone during his youthful age, he had a lot to do with women. But he's already
Okay, so you meant he had a lot to do with women when he was young. Now he's old, he has prostate cancer. You want to find out if there's a link. All right, okay.
Yeah, that is contrary to what Dr. Abbas was trying to push to people. So it has actually established the fact that he has not. Yes, it's not. So the issue is that if you like work out, just become foul, that one concern you. The truth of the matter is that prostate cancer has its own predisposition away from how many rounds and how many 21 times you go.
We have to wrap up. I need to read this again. Good morning, doctor. Please, what is the cause? For a very long time now, I cannot satisfy a woman without chewing enough bitter cola. Few may even last longer than me if I don't chew enough cola. I'm sorry. You need cola. Oh Lord have mercy.
There's that one na Papa Emeka. The other one na Mama does.
Mama Betty.
Where you gonna chew cola? It must be an ancestor.
Please see your doctor.
After I try chew.
No,
it's always in the day I say that that one is just like to do libation. They cast libation too.
Why just put some for the gods?
My friend, there's a lot of psychological attachment people will have on issue, and once that is established, since I say if you know if you know take that thing, no go work. So that's why also what happen even in the drugs. Some people will take it after a while and say, "How must you be on it before that one will stop working?" So psychology puts more effect when it has to do with sustainability of erection and all that. So I think one of the key things I feel that this very program has been able to establish is for us to be in position to know this. I don't know the origin of it, which has no obvious clinical application, but it is being pushed. All right. In that particular sense, I want each and every one of us, please. This very message is not something I limited to Save a Life 88.9 FM. So many places it has gone. Let us at least protect our own family with this very information. If you didn't get it well, go back again and study how this thing and how it happened. With all proven facts, also you could be in position to get there. And then use this message to reach out to other people that will definitely confront you with that very engagement. The summary of what I said is that we will not use because when it has to do with everything that has to do in life, there are some level of checks and balance for everything that has value. And in addition to that also, it is something that we will not use because of our weakness. We admit that we are working towards being a better person in different areas, but we will not legitimize our weaknesses because of professional advantage we have over others. No, that looks criminal. That looks very, very evil in any position we are. So that's one of the key things we deem it necessary to be in position to bring this information your way. It is not true that you have prostate enlargement doesn't mean you have prostate cancer. Proven, even the Urology Society also come to put things clear in that very format. Second, also the issue that has to do with your gear should go into anyhow you want to go. That very gear you will become miserable at the end of the day. And the issue that you wake up in the morning and you don't see erection, that you have a heart problem, is not true. Absolutely. Rather, I said, if you go on 21 days, on 21 ejaculations, you are most likely to cut your days short. A lot of things, as I pointed out, ejaculation is what is called near death in Latin. And by reason of being a near death, meaning that the thing that control your heart also control ejaculation. If the other one goes the other way, the heart will pack up. Why most men also die during intercourse. So it becomes expedient that to a very large extent, whatever you do, moderation is a key factor. Moderation is a key factor. What you don't understand, go to the hospital, be properly evaluated, and then the treatment can be applied where necessary. So that's what I want to encourage us. And this very station, I can tell you, Save a Life 88.9 FM is not conventional. It was born out of purpose of now. God has an agenda, and that agenda he has is to protect his children from evil. He said the days are evil. We can't leave what America is today rejecting by voting in Donald Trump. If we can't import it in a very poverty-stricken nation like Nigeria, we will destroy the future of most of our youths, and at the end of the day, the poverty will continue to multiply. Good news, I want us to look out for 2025. We have a lot of stuff coming out there. And for you who have already decided to pursue the dream of solving the problem of Nigeria, please keep on going. Don't be distracted. They say when you run the race finish, you will count the miles. The difference will still be clear for some of you that will decide to become to see a better country, a better Africa, a better nation. I want to encourage you, keep on doing well and keep on pushing. The situation obviously is tough, but he said when the situation becomes tough, the tough. When the going becomes tough, the tough
gets going.
Gets going. have today to everyone,
Okay.
and God will bless all of us.
Save a life. Please, my name is Ken. I'm 60 years old. I have pile for as long as I know, although I have not observed any of the symptoms already outlined. But I don't get erection again for years.
It has nothing to do with the issue of pile. Pile is a different thing. If you have pile and you are bleeding during the time you are defecating, today there's what is called laser hemorrhoidectomy. You don't need to cut any way open. You just go there and dry it up. So it's a different ball game. So, and you having a weak erection, other things causing the weak erection should be sought for.
Michael Soji on Facebook says, thank you, Dr. Okoye, for putting a balance to the discussion and using your platform to do it. It's good to have balanced doctors on the media. I hope I can also spare time to do what you're doing too, sir. Dr. Soji M.O. sends that in.
Welcome.
Daibo Fubara says, good morning, Annie and Dr. Okoye. Please, is prostate enlargement part of effects of diabetes?
No.
Right. And then I think one more. Lawrence Jude says, I thank God we have you, doctor. Please, doctor, how much for the BP machines?
No, currently that very BP machine is very it's available, but I don't want to use the word. The badge that actually came, people have already picked them up, because it's the first BP apparatus that can, you check your BP, get straight to your doctor, your hospital, real time. There are a lot of other health tips that you also be bringing your way, because we want to say no to stroke, no to heart attack, no to heart failure, kidney failure secondary to all those diabetes. We have also the one for diabetic cholesterol,
Yes,
and the rest. So currently, Dr. Save a Life Foundation is doing a subsidizing a package for CS for 60,000, I think about 2,000 pieces, which I don't know how much they have been able to do that. At 60,000, that particular device is almost like a phone, because it has a SIM card on it with a special, before you be able to do the microchips that actually made that very difference, with the APN of different it's so much of a demand, so in 90 cents the cost of that is 120,000.
So for now it's 60,000.
Yeah,
but once that 2,000 that Save a Life Foundation
we can put it up to open market.
So that's it. We have to go now. Remember that there's a full repeat of this program tomorrow by 4:30. I'm just